Hey everybody. So I kept on. This thing keeps on coming up in the comments. Connecting with horse. Connecting with horse. Most trendy things are a tremendous disappointment. I stay out of the horse training world because it clouds. I find that for very potentially for very good reasons. I think it clouds judgment. And so, boom, don't knock my camera over, you big horse. Hey, move over, move over, move over, you big animal. Um, so, it's kind of like the bitless crowd, and I did a video, I basically said, hey, I'll give a bits. Y'all show me everything I'm looking for, and my horse will work better bitless. I'll give them up, and I meant it. And I do mean that. And what most people sent me was rubber bits, which is a bit. It doesn't matter if I put a stick in his mouth. It doesn't matter if I put a rope in his mouth. I can still work that somewhat like a bit. It's still a bit. It's not bitless. But people can't even get that because they're so far in this niche or in this groove, they can't even think, oh yeah, this isn't even bitless. It's just a trendy thing to say. The connection kept on coming up in the comments. So today we got rain, didn't work much. So I'll check this out on YouTube. I watched like three or four videos. Three of them were really good. One of them was junk. But this is what people are not realizing, I think. It creates boot. And the first time I heard of this was two different ladies. I went and picked up horses they basically were messing up. They couldn't handle. Picked them up cheap. They're embarrassed and everything else. And they're buffalo. You can tell. They're scared. They're standing and they do. And the horse, you could tell. They were scared of the horse, and they kept on using the first time I heard it, you kept on using that word connection. And whatever. And then I guess it's gotten a lot more popular. So I went and I pulled up on YouTube and I watched a couple of videos. Some of them were really good stuff. But look, guys. Son, there's nothing new underneath the sun, okay? There's guys 200, 300, 1,000 years ago had this stuff figured out. We just are packaging it where wussier, dumber humans can digest it. This guy takes a whip. There's this horse looking off, this lady has this horse, and the horse is basically running her over, not paying any attention to her at all, just looking at something, other horses or something way off. And he goes, well, let's redirect the horse's energy. And he grabs a whip with a bag on the end, and he yields the horse's hindquarters and makes the horse pay attention to him. Now, because it was redirecting the horse's energy, the lady was like, oh yeah, I can do that. If it was worded, if you did the exact same thing, but you worded it differently, you just said, hey boy, grab that whip, and you let that horse know that you're more important than them other horses. And you did the exact same thing. Oh my goodness, the world would come apart. It'd be the most horrible thing in the world, but because it was redirecting the horse's energy, it was okay. I mean, the guy did perfect, highly skilled, did it perfectly, exactly what the horse needed, perfect. But it's wording, it's the same thing, but being worded to where wussy idiots can digest it. I mean, and what people don't realize, this guy, I watched some other videos, some stuff that people would say probably, this guy's just a whack job. Guy was spot on. He was talking about matching his steps, moving with a horse inside the pasture. I taught myself that when I was 10, except I was moving with like another, not exactly the same, I was moving like another horse grazing, and it was what I learned to do, and he was matching the horse's front feet. the sounds stupid as heck. The guy's sharp. But what people don't realize, what this guy probably doesn't even realize, is this guy is people watch this stuff. It's like a booby trap. People watch this stuff and they say, "Oh, the horse is a giant marshmallow, and I get to be a giant marshmallow, and we get to go out, connect, and we get to have this beautiful thing." That's not the way it works. This guy was in his chosen field of discipline. I can promise you, he was world class. World class, y'all. That means against all the other people in the world in that discipline, he was at the very top. Okay, that's something. That means world class leadership, world class discipline, world class patience, world class consistency with reputation, with reps. I got a speech impediment if y'all can't tell. Um, so this guy is at the top of his game, just phenomenal. And he learned by listening to his horses, he learned another level of dialing things in. Okay? So but what people want to focus is on what is being called the connection, which is really just listening to your horse. Listening to horse and morphing yourself, you morph into whatever that horse needs you to be in that moment in time. That's all that is that connection thing. It's just fun wording to say connection. It really is. It's just listening to your horse better. So, but he had the foundation of discipline. He had the foundation of consistency. He had the foundation of patience. He had all these other skills. I can promise you, off film, if you put him in there with a horse that had bad habits, and that horse just was frustrated and went there and just tried biting his head off, he would redirect the horse's energy with a very strong knock to the head, and that horse would have some very serious consequences for pulling that stunt. And the horse would be reassured that you don't want to do that again. And this guy is so competent, so confident that around the horse picks up on those airs. Like the horse won't even try that. When a newbie comes up, or someone timid, or someone that hears, "Oh, I get to be a marshmallow and connect with my horse," and they come up with a horse, and they're all, and it just, the horse is going to try to pull stuff with them, and they'll never even pull with this guy. Okay, so trendy things. So here's what I would encourage people to do. Don't look so hard at trainers or training. Like, take it, but don't put things to a box. When you start putting individual horses in boxes and you say, "I am going to train this horse this way, and I'm going to do this with this horse, and I am going to fit it into this box," it almost never goes that way. You have to cut all that stuff out, block all that noise out, and you come and you just listen to that horse. And then off of that, you morph. That's how this guy got to the next level. Is he was an expert. A lot of people say horse whisperer. It isn't that he's a horse whisperer or whatever. It's that he's a horse listener. And then he reads the horse and then morphs into whatever that horse needs him to be. That's a huge part of it. That horse needs you to be Billy Badass, you're Billy Badass. That horse needs you to be calm, meek, mild, soft, that's what you are. If that horse needs you to be patient, that's what you're going to be. That's a true horseman to me. I am not a great horseman because I got so many things going on in my life. I gotta be good at cutting timber. I gotta be good at bidding jobs. I gotta be, cruising timber, answering my phone. Dude, I got all these other things I'm focusing on besides just the horses. And so I am not a great horse listener or horseman or whatever, because I got all these other prongs in the fire. I'm being pulled into all these other directions. But I am going to check out some more of this guy's stuff. I was actually pleasantly surprised with some of the things where, and there's things I can definitely learn from that dude. Um, but I think it made sense. The people that I met in the past that were really big into the connection thing and them screwing horses up, it started making sense. Oh, this is why. It's kind of like a booby trap for people. You know, here, you just connect with your horse and everything's going to be, no. No, horses are just like people. Some, they have different personalities. There's this broad range of things, and there's these foundational, fundamental things that are just as important or more important than the connection, or if you want to call it that, with your horse. If you're incapable of not being afraid of that horse, then you need to maybe go do things outside your comfort zone, but not with a horse. If you're not good at engaging with real things in real life, let's say you're scared to go to a gun class, or you're scared to go kayaking, or you're scared to go play in sports because you have so many self-confidence issues and everything. You probably don't need to just go out, watch some YouTubes, and go out and get a 1,000-pound horse and say, we're good. Me and this horse are just going to go do this by ourselves, and it's going to turn out all rosy and pink. Probably not the best thing to do. Sometimes some people need to work on building themselves up first and work on their own problems first before they go work on the horse's problems. And the connection trend seems like it's attracting a lot of people that are not confident enough, not capable enough, really attracting them to like a big beautiful horse, and things not going well. I know this because I'll go pick up the horse, work on the horse, in the bad habits they created, pushing people around or whatever, and then, um, you know, I can turn around and sell the horse or whatever, and it'll work out. Uh, so, you know, um, yeah, look at, don't look at anything. It's kind of like politics. You look at this side, or you look at this side, and then that's how you start viewing the world. You start viewing people like, you're a Democrat or you're a Republican, and you stop viewing them as an individual person. That's the problem. Each horse is an individual. Each horse is unique. Each horse is different, and I don't see a Percheron, or I don't see a Belgian. I don't see a Suffolk or a quarter horse or whatever. I see a horse, and then you get to know that horse and you read that horse as you go along, and that's what makes a good horseman. It's not looking through things through too tight of a box. So, all right, I rambled on long enough. Thank all y'all. Y'all have a wonderful day. God bless.